8 classic animated series that adults will enjoy, but kids will find boring. Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Bubbly Toons. Number 8. The critic drags on for kids who are looking for more action and gags. Past the foul jokes and hilarious parody of films, children will lose interest in the critic discovering the main character's personal life and career. In addition to certain jokes that would go over their head, the story of a lonely grown man well into his 30s and struggling with his career sounds like a story that would be live action, but the animation gives it the charm that made the critic so fun to watch. Once the fun and whimsy is over, children might find the heavy plot incredibly boring. The protagonist himself is supposed to be boring. Adults will understand that, while kids won't. Number 7. The Perils of Penelope Pitstop takes too long for any real action to happen. The Perils of Penelope Pitstop has such slow pacing that it definitely won't entertain children. The Perils of Penelope Pitstop is about a young heroine, Penelope, who is always the damsel in distress. While she does occasionally save the day herself, she's far from an inspirational hero even by the standard of the time. More than that, the classic cartoon suffers from the terrible pacing of the era. It takes too long to reach the dramatic conclusion, and sometimes it even takes a while for the characters themselves to react. By the time they do, modern-day children will have already changed the channel. Number 6. Wait Till Your Father Gets Home wouldn't bring laughs to little kids. Before The Simpsons, there was Wait Till Your Father Gets Home. The two series shared the same premise of an old-fashioned family with a father at the head. The reason that The Simpsons triumphed was its greater, more memorable entertainment as well as deep emotion. The father of Wait Till doesn't have many redeeming qualities, making it hard for anyone to watch it. Although it's claimed to be a comedy, its humor is a very acquired taste that relies heavily on the situational context. With nothing to provide kids as far as entertainment or even some form of relatability, kids wouldn't make it through the first 5 minutes of an episode. Number 5. Dr. Katz, Professional Therapist goes too far into dark humor for kids. At least for adults, Dr. Katz, Professional Therapist makes the profession of therapy morbidly entertaining. The comedic struggles of a therapist follows the difficulty with patients and the therapist's own existential crisis, which makes for a delightfully painful and relatable experience for adults, but it would go right over kids' heads. Even for children who understand what's happening in Dr. Katz, the realistic plot would prove to be uninteresting for them and possibly too painful or sad for them to handle. That's not to say that children can't handle emotional matters. Dr. Katz may just be too dark. Number 4. Space Goes Coast to Coast. Kids wouldn't understand the blend of genres. Don't let that cape fool you. Space Goes Coast to Coast was never a superhero show for kids. It's a talk show hosted by the superhero character Space Ghost. Although there are wacky subplots that ensue throughout Space Ghost's run, it's just a talk show, though a hilarious one at that. At its core, this talk show would bore kids after a while, especially if they don't recognize the guests. The premise alone might not make sense to a child that's looking forward to another action-packed superhero series. The two genres combined are hilarious for adults, but potentially confusing for kids. Number 3. Beavis and Butthead is too dry and off-putting for children. With the rising popularity of teen and young adult entertainment, Beavis and Butthead was a raunchy animated series that only older audiences can appreciate. With how dry and slow the humor can be, kids would lose interest quickly, unless the style of animation turns them away first. Kids might enjoy clips of Beavis and Butthead that jump right into the punchline, but sitting down for a full episode won't end well. This is also one of the cartoons that most parents wouldn't want their kids watching. Number 2. Daria's serious tone couldn't keep children's attention. Following the success of Beavis and Butthead, Daria began airing on MTV in the late 90s. Its original and sarcastic heroine, Daria, is still beloved today for her individuality and relatability, but to a young child, her bland tone wouldn't resonate. It's another dry comedy that relies heavily on a more mature understanding of what's occurring and the patience to wait for the very toned-down punchline. The realistic and layered series would only interest children who were were mature beyond their years. Number 1. King of the Hill is made for the mature viewer. King of the Hill is not an adult cartoon that would interest little kids at all. The series has a fantastic way of gradually building up its plot lines and characters slowly, which may bore children. The topics that King of the Hill focuses on are far too mature for a children, and Jack's in the cartoon whimsy that would engage kids. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.